broadcast, and we are witnessing something that I have never, ever seen before, and something that I never thought I'd ever see in my life. The two most unlikely predators out here in the bush to come face to face with one another. A serval and a spotted hyena. That serval is standing its ground. It is hissing. You might not be able to hear it because of the wind, but it is hissing at that hyena. Look at its posture. Look, it's coming in. This is unbelievable. Now, the reason why I am so shocked by this is because you can see the sheer size difference. Hyenas out here live in large clans. There were a couple of them around here, and they don't take nonsense from anybody, but they also have this I don't care attitude, which I absolutely admire. Now, serval, much smaller cat, nervous, normally darting away from cars, not hanging around. So to be sitting here, only a couple of feet away, and watching this thing stand its ground against an animal that's easily 10 times its size and could kill it very easily if it wanted to, but the hyena's not bothered by it at all. I cannot believe that the serval is still around here. This is absolutely amazing. Typically, serval will go for things, birds, rodents. They're incredible hunters. But of course, we know that nature doesn't have any rules, and the animals do what they want. From raptors to the smaller cat species, they're all opportunistic feeders, and if they can scavenge, they will scavenge too. This is honestly unbelievable. I just wish you could hear the hissing. I just think it's unfortunately too soft. The wind is going to overpower the sort of hissing that's coming from the serval. No, we're very, very lucky. Like I said, I can't believe it. Serval are normally known to be quite skittish, especially in the areas of South Africa. There's a couple of places where I have worked where they've been fairly relaxed. But this is on a whole new level. Now, I'm not sure how the wildebeest died. I suspect that it was the hyenas that actually took it down. There were 3 of them. I only saw 3. There could have been more. And they were feeding upon it when we arrived. It was an adult, white-bearded gnu. And we came into the sighting and we spotted the serval too. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's probably hiding in the grass, trying to hide away from the hyenas. Complete opposite. The hyenas actually moved off. Something gave them a fright from the distance and they ran away. You can see even they will look over their shoulders. There could be lions in the area too. And one hyena versus even a lion will get itself in a bit of trouble. And it seems as though hyena versus a serval this evening, not this afternoon, could cause a bit of problems too. This is truly a special place. This is live. It's happening right now. So if you have got any questions for me, well, I hope I can answer them because this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. If you are new and you're not sure what we are all about, we are doing these live and interactive safaris. Like I said, you can ask questions, and of course, we get to do this every single day. How lucky is this that I can call this my work? This is amazing. Just listening to all the different sounds of the bush. That's what you have to do when you're out in the safari as well, because who knows who else could come charging into this sighting. It's anyone's game here. Now, I have seen leopards feeding on a carcass with hyenas before, actually, it being the leopard's prey and its kill, and the hyenas coming in and stealing it, and I have seen them feeding quite happily together. However, I've never seen anything like this. I really don't even know what to say. The adrenaline, even though it's not necessarily animals chasing each other around, I don't know if I'll ever have a sighting like this again in my life. And I don't know how many people have seen something like this before. This could be a first time for a lot of people out there. And we're in Kenya at the moment. We're in the Mara Triangle. And we're not too far away from home either. Angama Mara is just above us on the escarpment. Again, all the action happening down below on these big open plains. Let's see, it looks like it's going to creep in and try and feed just on the edge. Here we go. I reckon, though, at this rate, the serval could walk right in and actually start munching away on that carcass, and I don't think that hyena is going to mind at all. Obviously, a serval can't eat as much as a hyena can eat. And like I said, if a hyena has had enough, all it's got to do is make one noise, a whoop, a giggle, anything like that, and it will send that serval running. But it's not bothered by it. It's not a threat to the hyena, not at all. I've very lucky, I've spent quite a bit of time with serval back in my days in the Eastern Cape. What's got the hyena's attention? I'm just going to grab my spotlight and scan. There's some wildebeest eyes in the distance. They've got incredible hearing, of course, as most of you know. And they can hear a lot better. See, the hyena's gone off now. And the serval is staying behind. Might be able to hear the zebra. This is fantastic. Getting a couple of mouthfuls in. Hyena, not bothered, just racing straight in to continue. And I wonder where the rest of the hyena have gone. They must have had their fill. Obviously, it's quite a fair amount of meat here. Now, typically, hyenas will, for those of you who have been watching in the sands, of course, we see hyenas scavenging on the leftovers. It's not very often we get to see hyenas hunting. They do hunt, of course. They like to hunt kudu back down in South Africa. That's one of their favorite things to hunt in the Sabi sand. However, out here, anything is game, from wildebeest to zebra to whatever they can really get. Even hippo, I wouldn't be surprised if the large clans of hyena brought them down. But don't think wildebeest is very common for a serval. Definitely not down in South Africa. However, there's an abundance of them around at the moment, and there will be lots and lots of carcasses around. So it's actually quite easy, I think, for some of these smaller predators. They'll be enjoying it, feeding on the leftovers. Lots of jackal around again as well. They've been running out and about. We've seen their eyes and seen them just darting across the road. Actually, the jackal have been more on the skittish side. I would have expected them to be more relaxed than a serval. But clearly, I've got a lot to learn about nature, and that's what's so fantastic. You never stop learning. You think you know everything, and then you see something like what we're witnessing right now. So not eating the bones just yet, munching away, feeding on the flesh. One of the few animals, however, that can digest shards of bone. They've got incredible digestive juices, and will help sort of take care of that. Serval, however, is not going to be feeding on bones. It's going to be looking for the tender areas on that wildebeest. Well, zebra's unhappy about something in the distance as well. There could be just some hyena maybe running through the herd. That would be enough to startle them. Age about something. I don't know what else is going on. Like I said, there were 3 of them. They've all been acting quite strange. Not hanging around for very long. Serval, though, not paying attention to that hyena and tucking straight back into its meal. I wonder who else is going to arrive. Wow. And there it goes. Tucking in. Standing. I think the hyena has moved off, though. It's had its fill. They've been feeding on this wildebeest for quite some time. They can only eat so much. But how great was that? I hope you enjoyed experiencing this new sighting with me. And you know, we could have a whole bunch more sightings like this along the way. So keep an eye out for the notifications of the Facebook Lives. We're going to be out right through the night. Scott's going to be joining us later. James, of course, is also out. And we hope to see you all soon. We'll stick with the serval for a little bit longer in case something else exciting happens. But for now, I'm going to say cheerio.